Welcome to Scotland's capital city in Tynecastle Park for the Scottish FA's coverage of the final Euro Under-21 qualifier between Scotland and England. It'll be a cracker tonight in the old enemy clash, and congratulations to England, who have already qualified for the finals in Italy and San Marino. For Scotland, it was a campaign that started well, and it's fair to say it's been up and down since then. But certainly the positives, the likes of John Souttar, Scott McKenna, also Lewis Morgan and Chris Cadden, along with Ollie McBurney, all making their senior debut for Alex McLeish's team. So certainly progress and a pathway for the Scotland Under-21s. And they will want to win tonight and end on a high and become the first Scotland Under-21 team to beat England at this level. Before the match, let's hear from both managers.
Scott, 3 changes from Friday night. What's the thinking behind them?
Yeah, obviously trying to give everybody that opportunity, but obviously getting the balance right between developing, looking towards the future, but at the same time making sure we're competitive as well. Really trying to cover all the bases.
We've got a number of eligible players that have made the step up to senior squad, which are missing for this game. How do you reflect on the campaign as a whole?
The staff are really proud that they've been able to play a part in that development of those players and help them push towards full squad. It's the objective of the team. And that's something we're very proud of, that we've been able to help those players. And now, obviously, the moment that happens, the focus turns to the players that come into the squads, and the process starts all over again.
Scotland have never actually beaten England at under-21 level, so a chance for a bit of history tonight. What's the approach to the game?
Yeah, I think every time you play against the top seeds, especially obviously Scotland v England, there's always a chance to make history, and the players are very aware of that, very conscious of that, but at the same time they have to handle the occasion and make sure that they execute the game plan.
All the best tonight, Scott.
Thank you. No worries.
Eddie, congratulations on qualification last week. What can we expect from England tonight?
A tough game. We expect a tough game from Scotland as well. It's been a very good campaign for us. We've played against some really good teams, and we're looking forward to finishing it off.
You've made 10 changes to the starting lineup tonight. What's the thinking behind that?
Well, we're very fortunate. We've got strength in depth, and at this stage, it was always decided when we first set out on the campaign that we'd mix and match the players to make sure that we got the fittest and strongest on the pitch, and they're all of a similar level, quite a high level, we think. And now it's about using this game, because we've qualified, to start playing for Italy.
A game against Scotland always has an added element to it. What's the message to the players tonight?
Keep calm. When it starts to go a little bit awry, because it always does in games, you're never in charge of all of it. Make sure we keep our cool and try and move the ball quickly and see if we can give Scotland some problems. We know they're going to give us problems. We just got to make sure we deal with them better.
You played for Hearts for a brief spell in the early 90s. Things have changed a little bit since your last visit here.
Yeah, very very brief spell, I think. No, I enjoyed my time in Edinburgh. It's a fantastic city, and you're right. It's changed a lot since I was here. But it's nice to come back, and it's nice to see a few familiar faces.
All the best tonight.
Thank you. Cheers.
The Scottish FA's Michael Bockle asking the questions there of Eddie Boothroyd at Tynecastle Park ahead of this old enemy clash. Delighted to see Danny Galbraith, the former Manchester United and Hibernian player, joins me here. At Scotland England always got an added spice to it. What do you expect this evening?
Yeah, quite right. Definitely an added spice. It may be a little bit of a dead drummer in terms of qualification for Scotland. England already qualified for the tournament, but never a meaningless game between these two sides. And I'm looking forward to an exciting affair.
Yeah, in terms of England, they've made a lot of changes, but when you think of the guys coming in, well, they've got all 3 scorers from the time they last played in the qualifier a year ago in Middlesbrough, starting tonight. The likes of Solanke in there and Tammy Abraham, who certainly know their way about a football field. How tough will it be for Scotland to try and quell them?
Yeah, I mean, the strength in the England squad is quite incredible, really, when you think of the players that they've left out as well. You mentioned Solanke and Abraham, obviously both got Premier League experience, so top quality players, players that were actually linked to, maybe join Steven Gerrard at Rangers, so maybe we'll get a glimpse of them on Scottish soil tonight.
Well, let's have a look at the campaign so far for Scotland then and check out the results. It certainly started well with that win against the Dutch, and it was going along nicely, but then a lot of ups and downs for Scotland, a bit of inconsistency, patchy form in the end. You think they might be ruining what subsequently happened, given that good start?
I think they definitely will be, but unfortunately, as is often the case with Scotland, is that the games are perhaps expected to win that let them down. I think before the campaign, if you'd said you would beat the Netherlands home and away, you'd think you'd have a right chance of qualification. So I think it is disappointing, but when you look at the players that have been sort of blooded at this level, there's also positives to come from it.
Well, let's check out England's results. And you said Scotland beating the Dutch home and away. That is the only team that England have failed to beat so far in the group, because they managed to get a draw away on their opening game with the Netherlands and then drew 0-0 at home. So they have won all 7 games apart from that, and looking at that thumping of Andorra, it just shows how tough a test it will be for Scotland this evening. That is for sure. Let's look at the group table then, and you can see why England are going to Italy in the summer. 23 points, unbeaten in the group so far. For Scotland, they've been in and about the likes of Ukraine, Netherlands, but they've just been unable to get across the line and at least get a playoff place. Danny, for your point of view, it was always a tough group looking at that, but do you feel that Scotland have to take the positives of players coming through like Scott McKenna and guys like that? Ollie McBurney, Cadden's had a taste of it, Morgan's had a taste of it in the senior squad, also John Souttar.
Yeah, I mean, I think when you look at the talent pool that we have to choose from, we really cannot afford to lose our best players for any age level. Now, the most important thing is that the players develop, and if they're good enough to go into the first team, then that's great for everybody. But in terms of actual qualification at their own age levels, I mean, the players you've just mentioned there would definitely have made a big impact on this 21 squad.
Yes, and we just saw the pitch being readied there. It's looking in fantastic condition here at Tynecastle Park, and hopefully that makes for a fantastic game. And England will want to end on a high. They won't want to lose, and they certainly won't want to lose to Scotland. An unbeaten run that they have continued. It's been a very strong campaign for England, and following on the back of winning the Under-20 World Cup in 2017, a lot of the players still in this squad from that squad. So it will be interesting to see their approach tonight, and also for Scotland. And looking at Scotland again, Billy Gilmore, a performance school graduate. How much excitement is there about him, certainly given that game that we watched against Andorra?
Yeah, well, there's obviously a lot of excitement given his age and the fact that he's at one of the biggest clubs in Europe. It'll be an interesting game for him tonight, because he'll be coming up against a lot of his teammates, a lot of Chelsea players in this squad, and I'm sure he'll be determined to prove a point and show his capabilities on what is a big stage tonight.
No doubt about that. And the team's getting ready in the tunnel with the Italian officials this evening. And Scotland, you have to say, this is the sort of game where they will want to perform. And as you mentioned, it's not a meaningless match by any stretch of the imagination, but we mentioned Billy Gilmore. He's still got at least another campaign in him at this level. Do you think that Scotland should be building a team around him next time around?
Well, it's very rare that we have probably players who are, hyped and as talented as Billy, especially for his age. So I've no doubt that he will be a key part of the squad going forward. The worry again is if he progresses as well as people hope, that he'll be in the first team squad and we'll have the same issues that we've had with the likes of Souttar and McKenna so far. So I think he's going to be a vital part of the Scottish setup at whatever age going forward. And I'm interested to see him play tonight, against a very experienced and quality England side.
We can see Angus Gunn there on the left, the England substitute goalkeeper this evening, and his dad played 6 times for Scotland in goal for the senior squad. But he's decided to play for England. His dad played across the city at Hibernian as well in 1998. As the coaching staff make their way across the pitch here at Tynecastle Park. Not everything finished here, but certainly the new stand is starting to fill up, and we should have a reasonable atmosphere here in Scotland's capital city. There we go, crowd filling up. What have you made of this stadium and its new look and the atmosphere it can generate?
Yeah, well, it's traditionally always been a great atmosphere here at Tynecastle, and if anything, just from a visual point of view, it looks a lot better, with the 4 stands and No, I think, as you say, there's still a little bit of work to be done behind the scenes on the stand, but no, it's added to the atmosphere, and no, it's always a great place to come and play.
See Lewis Ferguson there called into the squad, and he scored that cracker for Aberdeen against Burnley in the Europa League qualifiers down at Turf Moor, so he'll be looking to get involved in the action again. Scott Gemmell and Peter Houston, the men tasked with trying to come up with something to beat England tonight, the Scotland coaching staff, as we await the teams here at Tynecastle Park. Good to see kids coming into Tynecastle to watch the future of both Scotland and England. And England will be going to the tournament next summer in Italy and San Marino, and they will be certainly targeting winning the tournament. There's no doubt about that. They are already through, along with Spain, France, Serbia, Germany and Croatia, who have already qualified, and the co-hosts Italy. No place for other co-hosts San Marino. They've had to go through the qualifying. And for Eddie Boothroyd, it gives him a chance tonight to really use his squad, reward those that have contributed in this campaign. Well, it's the third meeting in a year between the teams at this level. England have won the previous two by 3-1. Scotland have never managed to beat their neighbours at this level. They will be looking to change that this evening. Both teams ready for this one now. And ahead of the match, we will have the anthems. Starting with our neighbours from the south, it's the national anthem, God Save the Queen. Let's check out the teams then, and Scott Gemmell makes 3 changes to the team that lost 3-1 in Ukraine last week. He continues to rotate the goalkeepers. Ross Doohan replaces Robbie McCrory. Billy Gilmore starts in place of Stevie Mallon, who's on the bench. Eamon Brophy has a virus. Ollie Shaw starts. Chris Cadden scored against England in the qualifier a year ago in Middlesbrough. Eddie Boothroyd makes 10 changes from the team that thumped Andorra last week. Only goalkeeper Dean Henderson remains from Thursday. Arsenal's Reiss Nelson and Liverpool's Dominic Solanke were scoring substitutes in that game and are rewarded with starting berths. Harvey Barnes makes his under-21 debut. Tammy Abraham is looking to add to his 3 goals in the campaign so far. Tonight's officials are from Italy. The referee is Marco Di Bellio. Well, the two teams certainly know each other well, having played the Toulon tournament in the summer, England winning that one 3-1, and last year in the game in England in the qualifier, of which England won that one 3-1 as well. The only survivors from the England team from that night are the 3 goal scorers. One of them, Tammy Abraham, as you can see, on loan at Aston Villa currently, teammate of John McGinn. David Bates doing well in Hamburg. He has been contributing to them. 7 appearances so far this season in Bundesliga 2. About to get underway. Scotland looking for their first ever win at under-21 level against England. Will they be able to do it here at Tynecastle Park tonight in Scotland's capital city? That is the big question. Formidable opposition, the team who have qualified quite convincingly from this group. Tammy Abraham ready to kick off for England here. We're underway at Tynecastle. Jay Da Silva getting an early touch. Clark Salter. Da Silva again. England content with a patient build-up. Clark Salter, the captain for this evening. Here he is again. Forward to Da Silva. England looking for options. Scotland trying to keep tight here. It's Harvey Barnes getting his first involvement in the under-21s. Cadden doing well though. England have to retrace their steps. Danny, what's key tonight for Scotland if they're to win this one?
Well, I think they're going to have to defend well first and foremost. You can see already that the England players look very comfortable on the ball. A lot of them coming through the academy system there, which is very much possession orientated, so I think it's important that Scotland keep their shape and defend well, especially in the first instance.
England looking for the switch of play, and Barnes on loan at West Brom now, trying to get to the edge of the box. He's got support on Da Silva on the left. It took too long, but Da Silva manages to get possession and might get the cross in. It's a decent one, nodded away though by Ryan Porteous, the Hibernian defender. England will have to think again, nearly everyone in the Scotland half. As Da Silva on the left. Barnes, Da Silva. Smith and Cadden at close quarters. Dowell. Tamori. It's McCrory, the Scotland captain, who steps into one possession. Good play from Lewis Morgan, taking a run down that left side, but he needs some support. Alan Campbell helps out. Now Greg Taylor. Getting away well there, Taylor. Good recovery though from Bissaka, and he wins the throw-in for England. Taylor certainly a lot of experience in this squad, a lot of first team games for Kilmarnock under his belt.
Yeah, good positive play as well. That's going to be the difficulty for Scotland when they do win the ball back, is trying to get up the pitch quickly. But good positive play by Taylor there, trying to take it down the left-hand side.
Now Morgan, again up against England, looking to come away through Dull. He's lost possession. Cadden collects for Scotland. Campbell looking to get the return to Ollie's shot. Unlucky there. And De Silva can take it away for England with support from Barnes on the left-hand side. Looking for the run of Abraham, looking to get in behind Bates, who does well. Now Cadden, who scored in Middlesbrough when the teams met in the first qualifier in this group. Cadden again. Bates had to be on his toes to get it away from Abraham. Shaw unable to hold up possession, and England have it back with captain Clark Salter. Tamori. Clark Salter again. De Silva. England just happy with the patient build-up. Well cut out by Bates. Campbell. Now Morgan. Again, two players around him. Good defending again by Bissaka. Here's Campbell. Motherwell man. Gilmore with his first real involvement. Now Bates. Here's Smith. Cadden making the run. Well, it goes in between Shaw and Cadden. Clark Salter able to intercept. Tamori. Bissaka. Here he is again. Onama, back to Tamori. Here's Clark Salter. Just too much there for De Silva. Scotland have the throw. Liam Smith doing well with Ayr United this season. Up near the top of the Scottish Championship. Scott Gemmell has had this campaign, and I think he'll probably think it's what might have been for Scotland, given that good start. Billy Gilmore in possession now. What can he do for Scotland? Greg Taylor calling for it on the left. Opts to go to Liam Smith here on this right-hand side. Campbell. Cadden, his Motherwell teammate. Smith involved again. Here's Scotland's captain, McCrory. Just too much for Gilmore to do, but McCrory sweeps up and Gilmore manages to get it back to his former Rangers teammate David Bates. Bates made that decision to go to Germany with Hamburg, who were relegated from the Bundesliga last season. He's now been involved in games in Bundesliga 2. What sort of experience will that be?
I think it's an amazing experience, to be honest. It's definitely something that, you know, will definitely benefit our younger lads to go and play abroad, experience football in a different environment. And by all accounts, you know, he's been a great addition to their squad, and possibly the fact that they did get relegated has worked in his favour and got him some good minutes under his belt so far.
Abraham goes to the far side, and England now looking threatening. The low ball across, and Bates has to cut that one out. England looking to keep the pressure on Scotland, trying to force their way out. Bissaka though does enough. Tamori. Now Onama to Clark Salter. Onama again. Tamori. Reece Nelson, the Arsenal man on loan at Hoffenheim, wins the throw. We'll leave the throw to Bissaka. Onama. Careless one back. Tamori has to retrace his steps. Nelson. Good challenge by Taylor, but England looking to keep the pressure on here. It's Bissaka. Getting the ball into the box, and met by the head of Dominic Solanke. And Scottish defender managed to get a touch on that, and it goes behind for the first corner of the evening.
Yeah, it's a great ball in from the right hand side, and it's hard to see whether it was actually a deflection to go wide for a corner. The referee's obviously given that, but it looked like a great opportunity for Solanke, and one he perhaps should have taken.
4 goals in this campaign for Dominic Solanke, 12 caps. All the way to the back post, and Scotland in trouble. They need to get it away. England keeping the pressure on. Onuma, well cut out by Cadden. And Scotland get the throw. Onuma looking for the free kick, not given. That was a dangerous one for Scotland there. They had to get it clear.
It was England just having a bit more sustained pressure in Scotland territory. It's just important that Scotland don't get sucked too deep. You can hear Scott Gemmell screaming for them to get up every time they do get a chance to break. But I think no, the pattern of the play so far is that we can see England are certainly going to have the lion's share of possession.
Well, the referee has given a full throw, and he's saying that Greg Taylor had moved too far from where the throw was taken, and it now will be an England throw. Bissaka to Onuma. Bissaka gets it back. Looking threatening here for England. Abraham hits the shot, it hits the back of Ryan Porteous, and England have another corner.
Good play by Abraham, getting the turn and the shot away. You know he's a striker who's going to look to try and get shots away whenever he can, and you know, obviously one of the England players to have played at the highest level in the Premier League.
Dill with the deep cross all the way to the back. Solanke manages to keep it in play here. Harvey Barnes helping out. Solanke again. Billy Gilmore trying to stop him. Goes out to Dill on the far side. Morgan can collect for Scotland. And slack again from the Scots. It's a throw to England. Need to be cleaner in possession, Scotland. Bissaka. Onuma. Now to Silva. Barnes. Silva against Scotland. But every man behind the ball. They don't want to give England anything here. Scotland did take the lead in the Toulon tournament in France in the semi-final stage against England's Under-21s. Mikey Johnson scored that day, but England produced a second-half comeback as Barnes gets the ball into the box, and Abraham tries the ambitious effort, goes wide.
Yeah, a decent ball in by Barnes, a player I'm looking forward to seeing tonight. I know he's very highly rated at Leicester, currently on loan at West Brom. Good delivery with his left foot.
As you can see, Stephen Gerrard there, former England international, alongside his Rangers assistant, Gary McAllister.
Good cross in from the left, and difficult opportunity for Abraham. See what he's trying to do and divert something on target, but wide and too high.
Forward by Doon. Shaw can't collect, but Scotland have possession now. It's Alan Campbell. Goes to Chris Cadden, his Motherwell teammate. Ball to the edge of the area, has to get cleared by Tomori. Bates wins the header, and he wins the free kick as well. Tammy Abraham in late on David Bates. And the Italian official, Mr. De Bello from Italy, has given Scotland the free kick. Shaw, Cadden, Smith. Scotland looking to build here. It's Billy Gilmore. And Ross McCrory. Ryan Porteous. Rather lashes that towards Greg Taylor, which wasn't what was called for there. played 12 minutes. Danny, your opening thoughts?
Yeah, pretty much as expected so far. England having a lot of the ball without creating too many clear-cut opportunities, but as I've mentioned earlier, it's just important that Scotland don't get too deep in opportunities like this. When they do win the ball, they need a chance to break out.
Here's Taylor looking for Shaw, cut out by Onema. England back in possession. Saka. Good switch of play there by England. Finds Barnes. De Silva in support. Barnes looking to cut in field and go for goal. Bounces in front of Doon, who holds on well. Barnes willing to have a go when he gets a side of goal.
You can see already the type of player he is, playing off the left, always looking to come in on his favoured right foot, creating a yard of space and getting a shot away. But I think the Scottish defence will be happy to concede shots from long range.
Lewis Morgan, who was on the score sheet against Ukraine last week in the opening minute, but Scotland unable to hold on, and that ended their chances of qualification with that defeat. Ukraine still hoping for a playoff place. As England burst forward again, it's Reece Nelson. And De Silva helping out here. England have options in the box, and it goes for Abraham with the downward header, and easy in the end for Doon.
Another good cross from the left hand side, and Abraham making himself a nuisance again.
Well, Abraham getting the run on Ryan Porteous there. He couldn't steer it away from the goalkeeper. Coming up for 15 minutes on the clock, and it's still Scotland 0, England 0. As we can see, Anne Budge, the Heart of Midlothian owner, along with the Scottish FA Vice President and Hibernian Chairman Rod Petrie, and the Scottish FA President Al McCree. England now looking to build. Good play by Bissaka to continue to have possession. Dowell now all the way across to De Silva. Here's Onema. Let's get by Cadden here. Cadden thought he'd done enough. Now Abraham pushed in the back looking for a free kick. The referee says no. Smith under pressure finds Bates. Now Gilmore. Here's Smith again, the Ayr United man, former Heart of Midlothian player. Well, Smith trying to chest it to Campbell. He loses out, and Solanke has it for England. Onema, De Silva. England looking threatening here as they get to the edge of the area. It's Tammy Abraham trying to turn. It's too tight to get a shot away. De Silva then knocks it into the area. Nelson flicks it on to Bissaka. Stays on his feet looking for space for the cross. And England have plenty of options in the box. Dill into the back post. De Silva making the run. Knocks it back looking for Abraham. He might have had a shot himself or trying to get an attempt on goal. He looked to pick out his teammate.
You can see the full-back De Silva looking to get forward at every opportunity. Almost the furthest man forward, and perhaps a let-off from Scotland.
Well, England continue to pile on the pressure here. Bissaka has options on the right-hand side. Here's Reece Nelson, doing well at Hoffenheim on loan. Nelson again. Bissaka, always willing to take on his man. Here's Onema. Onema doing well. Holding off Campbell, who's tenacious and trying to get the ball off him, but England continue to keep possession. Nelson now taking over. Onema looking for Barnes, cut out by Smith, who gets away. He's the furthest Scotland man forward. He needs some options here. The break is on for Scotland. Lewis Morgan, Cadden bursting forward. Morgan holds on to possession and waits for support, and Greg Taylor. England get bodies back, and the chance for that break. Well, Scotland still have possession, but England with the numbers now. Here's Morgan. Good play by Morgan. Switch of play to Smith. Opportunity knocking for Scotland. Smith with the cross. too much on it for Campbell, but positive signs of Scotland going forward there.
Yeah, good play by Scotland. Actually kept the ball well. It looked like they maybe lost the opportunity to have the quicker counter-attack, but recycled it well. A great cross-field pass by Morgan out to Smith on the right-hand side. He controlled it well, just unfortunate that the end product was a little bit too high for the Scotland man in the box.
Well, Solanke getting away with that one, looking to find Nelson. It's a neat bit of play, but he got the break of the ball. And now Barnes wins it, and he's not going to give up on this one, but it's going out for a throw-in to the Scots. Scott Gemmell, what will he be thinking in this early stage of the match?
Well, I think he knows it's going to be difficult. We spoke beforehand about the talent in the England squad. You know, there's no denying that. You know, they have a lot bigger pool of players to choose from, all playing at a really high level. So, you know, his boys are doing well so far. You know, keeping their shape well and restricting England to not too much.
Bissaka looking for Solanke. It's Morgan for Scotland. The challenge goes in from Bissaka, and he wins the interception as well to block Scotland's move, but he's just a bit overzealous there in the challenge. Third time around on Morgan. Scotland have the free kick. The referee giving him a warning there. I'm not scared to put in the challenges though. For that one, just too much in it. The free kick's been taken by Scotland, but it runs all the way out for a goal kick. And another wasted opportunity to get forward for Scotland there. Scott Gemmell and Eddie Boothroyd. What will Eddie Boothroyd be thinking?
Well, I think he'll be content at the way his side have started. They've knocked the ball around well, and especially down the left-hand side, they've created a few problems for the Scotland back four. From his point of view, he'll just be looking for them to take one of those chances.
Well, they certainly did last week. 7-0 they managed to beat Andorra, and that came from qualification. Onama just too much there on the pass to De Silva. Scotland will have the throw. Yeah, it was fair to say England were clinical. Everyone contributing. As Ollie Shaw for Scotland. Smith to Porteous, under pressure from Abraham. Gets away from him. Now here's Billy Gilmore, a performance school graduate. Kieran Dowell. Jay De Silva now in possession. Dowell again. Tamori. Here's Bissaka. Nelson. Kieran Dowell. Josh Onama to Jay De Silva. Barnes. De Silva gets a return. England content to knock it about here. Patient build-up from the visitors. Nelson can't get by Greg Taylor there, good defending. And England with a quick throw to keep the pressure on. Dowell into Solanke. Can't get past Porteous, and he concedes a foul as well. Free kick Scotland.
Yeah, a lot of the play just in front of the Scotland back four, and Porteous actually does really well there just to get himself between the man and the ball and take the pressure off, and winning Scotland the free kick.
Scotland goalkeeper Ross Doon is on loan at Ayr United just now, but he might have a few battles with Solanke tonight. He might be called into action.
I think the good thing from a Scotland point of view is he's not had too much to do, and although there's been plenty of crosses and a few half chances, he's not been tested so far.
Well, I don't know what Tamori was trying to do there against Ollie Shaw. It looked like he was trying to vault him there, right over him. The referee didn't see any foul in there, and the game continues. Dean Henderson, the only survivor from the team that won last week against Andorra, he keeps his position. Sheffield United on loan from Manchester United. High hopes for him. Scotland look to break away, and here's Cadden on the right hand side. Options in the area with Ollie Shaw. The ball goes in, it's cleared away by Clark Salter, but Scotland managed to win possession back and try to keep the pressure on. Gilmore to Porteous. Now here's Greg Taylor. Taylor looking for Morgan in that inside left channel. Just stretching there, couldn't keep it in.
Yeah, it's probably the right idea. Good ball in behind for Morgan, just slightly overhit.
What have you made of Morgan? He's made that step to Celtic. He got an injury as well early in his Celtic career, but back fit now. Is he one that you feel will be featuring more often for Brendan Rodgers' team?
Well, I think he'll certainly want to. Had a terrific season at St Mirren last season. It's very disappointing when you join a new club and pick up an injury so soon. So I've no doubt he'll be looking to make up for lost time and get himself into Brendan Rodgers' first team squad.
Bissaka bursting forward on the right hand side. What can England do here? Scotland getting numbers back, and he's forced all the way back to Tamori here. And now Clark Salter, Jay De Silva. Cadden goes out. Barnes and De Silva linking up again. He tries to play it down for Onama, and he forces McCrory into conceding the throw-in as England keep the pressure on. And it's now a corner kick. It comes off Smith last, and another set-piece opportunity here for England.
Again, McCrory just getting forced into a mistake. That's been the problem for Scotland so far. Just can't keep the ball when they get it.
Played back to De Silva, ball into the back post, downward by header by Solanke. Abraham can't get in there. Scotland have to clear another corner.
Pressure starting to build again. Another ball into the Scotland box. They're being forced to defend the high balls, and have thankfully done well enough so far.
Bates with the clearance here as Kieran Dowell looks to swing this one in, the man from Everton, and he does. It's won by Clark Salter, but over the bar. Another chance for England.
Yeah, it was a terrific delivery in with the left foot, and another good opportunity. Good pressure by Porteous, just maybe doing enough, but Scotland won't want to be giving away too many more chances like that.
Anne Budge there on the left of your picture. She's said she would build a new stand, and she has, here at Tynecastle Park. Forward by doing, Tamori knocks it back to Henderson. Four clean sheets for Sheffield United this season. Forward it goes, Abraham the target. Back to Solanke. Morgan picks up for Scotland, does well. Referee says play on as McCrory has possession. Shaw's touch allows Barnes to come in. Smith wins the throw off Barnes. .25 minutes on the clock. Goal is here at Tynecastle Park in Edinburgh. Scotland against England. The last time Scotland avoided defeat against England at this level was back in 1982. A 1-1 draw. Graham Sharp scoring on that occasion for the Scots. Gilmore looking for Shaw. De Silva steps in. Nelson across to Bissaka. Morgan with the interception. Here's the England captain, Clark Salter. Now to Mori. Clark Salter again. On loan from Chelsea. He's at Vitesse Arnhem just now in Holland. Maybe a different style there for him to learn, and that will benefit his all-round game. As Onama has possession. Nelson now, the Arsenal man. Played 16 times for Arsenal last season, predominantly in the Europa League. And some cameos from the bench. Tamori, another man on loan from Chelsea. He's at Derby County. Onama here now. Wins the throw. Saka back to Tamori now, Clark, Salter. Scotland keeping their shape well, as De Silva now looks to test that, getting the ball to the back post. Won by Taylor, only as far as Nelson. England not been given a lot of room here. Clark Salter, the defender, midway inside the Scotland half. Neat play by England. The shot goes in from Onoma, and it's wide.
It must be said that was excellent play by England. Great link-up play between the strikers. Good intricate pass into midfield and a good layoff. Just unfortunate the shot was off target.
Danny, you were at Manchester United, and the academy system has developed again since then. What do you make of the way development is managed in England and the players coming through?
Yeah, well, there has been a big change because you know, with the introduction of under-23s, there's players staying at, you know, big first team or big clubs outside the first team in the Premier League, and are playing football that, you know, can be meaningless. Where, you know, a lot of these players you can see out on loan from Chelsea, out in Holland, you know, out to Championship clubs. Harvey Barnes out at West Brom, all playing at a great standard, and you know, that's where you learn your trade. That's where you develop. So it's no coincidence that, you know, all these guys are getting out and sampling first team football elsewhere.
Chance for Scotland from the set piece. Lewis Morgan over this one. Can Scotland get ahead, just as they did in the Toulon tournament against England in France in the summer? Morgan's delivery. Porteous the target at the back post. It's up into the air. Bates. And it's a great chance for McCrory. Point blank range, and it's over the bar.
What a chance for Scotland as well. Undoubtedly the best chance of the game, and it's just a long ball into the box to the back post. Porteous does really well to get up and get something on it. Bates putting it back in, and what a chance fell to McCrory there. Probably the wrong man in a Scotland shirt. No, but it shows that there is chances here for Scotland.
Well, he knows that was a good chance, the Rangers player. As England now looking to capitalise on that miss by Scotland. Great chance on here. Barnes! He really should have hit the target.
As is so often the case, Scotland looking like scoring at one end and all of a sudden just about conceding. Probably should have conceded. A great reverse pass by Abraham, and what a chance for Barnes. He'll be kicking himself at that.
Well, he's scored 2 in his last 2 for West Brom. 5 in total in 14 appearances this season on loan from Leicester, and he knows he's missed a great chance for England. Well, game's come alive. 2 great chances in the space of a minute, as De Silva knocks it long, caught late by Shaw. The referee decides to play on as Solanke has possession. Ryan Porteous was with an uncompromising challenge, as is his trademark. Taylor now down for Morgan to chase against Bissaka. He does well, looking to just continue to keep possession, holding Morgan off well, and England looking to slow the pace down here. Well, we mentioned in the last game, Danny, about Ryan Porteous and how, well, a 50-50 you would always fancy him, probably in a 80-20 against you would still fancy him. He's that type of, he's a throwback really, the way he defends.
He certainly is that. I mean, we've seen that time and time again, whether it be at 21 level or playing for Hibs. You know, he certainly doesn't hold back, and a terrific tackle there, it must be said.
Yeah, good old-fashioned, won the ball. Managed to take the man as well, but not in a malicious way. It was full-blooded. Ross doing. Celtic goalkeeper on loan at Ayr United, getting plenty of experience in the Scottish Championship this season. Robbie McCrory has been used as well recently, but certainly in the Toulon tournament, Scott Game will like to rotate his goalkeepers and give each a chance. That's slacked there by Tamori, but he shows his strength to hold off Morgan, a real athlete. Now Kieran Dowell, Saka. Back to Tamori. Clark Salter now in possession, surveying the scene, looking for some movement from his teammates. Barnes, De Silva in support. Smith looking to block his cross, and he has to go backwards now. Clark Salter. Here's Onoma. Bissaka. Looking to get away from Alan Campbell there. Nelson. finds Onama. Good interception by Ryan Porteous, but the danger's not over for Scotland as De Silva with the left foot all the way to the back post. And Bissaka now will look to pick out an England man in the box. He does with Barnes, and the header goes wide.
Another headed opportunity again for England. They're just stretching Scotland so wide with both fullbacks getting in advanced areas. A good ball in from the right hand side this time, and again decent defending by Scotland back four, and Liam Smith this time just making sure Sri Lanka couldn't get enough on it.
Scotland looking to play this out from the back here, and Porteous under pressure. He recognised that and blasted it forward, but back it comes from England and Solanke. Now Barnes, he's got the chance this time. He goes down, he still gets the shot away, doing with the save, and Scotland can try and go on the break here. Cadden taking out the play by Kieran Dowell. Free kick to Scotland, but certainly was dangerous there, but Cadden managed to sweep up and win the free kick. Here's the chance again.
It's a good turn by Barnes, and I've seen them given, I would say. Maybe would have been soft. The referee obviously thought so, but you know, definitely a claim from an England point of view.
Well, credit to Barnes for still getting the shot away. You can see the opportunity. But did he slip, or was he impeded by Ryan Porteous? That's a big question. As Shaw chests it down, trying to win the corner kick. He fails to do so. The ball hit back off him, and the assistant from Italy on this near side gives a goal kick to England. Henderson goes long. Abraham the target. It's already been capped twice for the England senior team. Last year in friendlies against Germany and Brazil. Dowell can't keep possession. Morgan can't get the better of Bissaka. Tamori. Clark Salter. Onama. Cannon cuts it out. Gilmore can't get possession. Nelson now gets a return from Abraham. What's on the far side? Barnes has taken up position there, and it's Abraham with a great chance. The acrobatic effort going just wide.
Another great opportunity. Starts with good link-up play in the midfield, and a ball out wide right, a great ball in, and Abraham probably should do better. It is an acrobatic effort, but you know, he's only on the penalty spot. I'm sure he would, player of his calibre would expect to hit the target from there.
Well, he scored against Scotland in the game in Middlesbrough last year from the penalty spot. He's had a couple of chances already this evening. The man on loan at Aston Villa. Well, a good opportunity that was. It would have been a cracking finish had he scored. It's still 0-0, 9 minutes until the break. Liam Smith's throw up in the air by McCrory. Morgan does well, getting away from Kieran Dowell. Getting some support there. He continues to keep possession. It hits off the Celtic man and goes out for an England throw. Nelson. Campbell going in strongly. Another throw to England. I think Scotland are getting the balance right between when to keep their shape and defend and try and get forward on the break.
Well, it's very difficult, look, you know, when you're defending in such large numbers, the clear two banks of four, and it is difficult to get out. You know, Scotland do need to keep the ball better, but it's easier said than done when you're spending the majority of the time chasing England shirts.
McCrory now. Gilmore. Porteous. Morgan. Smith making the run. Just overhit there by Morgan. Smith not able to keep that in, but he acknowledges the idea from Lewis Morgan. He played with at St Mirren last season, and he was on loan there as St Mirren won the Scottish Championship. So they'll have a bit of understanding, no doubt about that. Here's Tammy Abraham though, Unlucky not to score there. The ball hits off him. Scotland have the throw. David Bates. Cadden. Smith. First time ball. Shaw will give chase, but there's no point because the ball goes out for a throw-in.
Scotland just struggling really to get Ollie Shaw involved. It's a difficult night for him, chasing, trying to make himself busy, but no, nothing really to work with in terms of service so far.
Just his second cap, his first start for the Under-21s. As Barnes looking to break into the box, cleared by Porteous. Kieran Dill has possession though. Jake Clark-Salter, the England captain. Back to Kieran Dill. England patient again with the build-up. Tamori. Onoma. Bissaka. Onoma gets it back. Here's Tamori again. Man at Derby just now on loan from Chelsea. Nelson switched over to this near side. With Barnes going to the right. Here's Nelson. Gilmore can't stop him. Porteous can. And Gilmore does well to shield the ball. Cadden now. Well, and caught in two minds there whether he was going to go on the outside, and England can get a ball into the box. De Silva's cross. And Taylor manages to keep it away from danger, although he nodded it back into the area, but luckily Scotland were able to clear.
See the problem Scotland having again. Cadden wins the ball and he's got no real options, trying to dribble out of the defence and getting caught on the ball, but there's not much ahead of him.
Clark-Salter. Now Dean Henderson, the goalkeeper. Tamori. Back to Henderson. I mentioned Angus Gunn before the game. He's got Scottish connections. So too the other goalkeeper in the England squad, Freddie Woodman, who has had loan spells with Kilmarnock and Aberdeen. Not on the bench tonight, just in the squad. Henderson. Onoma. Clark-Salter. Now it goes to Bissaka. Forward to Solanke. Here's Dill. Lovely ball out to De Silva. It's a deep one all the way to the back post. Might be kept in here by Barnes, and is. England trying to get the breakthrough here. And Barnes, who really should have scored earlier. Possession now, Onoma. Abraham looking for the flick into the box. Campbell trying to hold him off, but had to take the ball as well and didn't. Solanke. Abraham with the drive, saved by the legs of Doohan. But England looking to keep on the pressure. And the goalkeeper had to look lively there. Smith gets it away only as far as Clark-Salter. Nearly everyone in the Scotland half.
So important that Scotland just try and get to half time now. The pressure really is mounting. Good save by the goalkeeper there, but Scotland really can't get out just now.
Shaw, no foul, and De Silva. Here's Nelson. All the way to the back looking for Barnes, nodded away by Scotland, and Shaw to Cadden. Nobody in front of him, no option really for Scotland. And Smith looking to switch the plays, asking a lot of Lewis Morgan there, and out it goes for a throw into England. They want to try and get ahead before the break. Coming up for 3 minutes until half time. It's Scotland 0, England 0. Live here on the Scottish FA social media channels and also on the BBC Sport website. I don't know who that was for. Taylor can collect for Scotland. McCrory. Ross McCrory, the Scotland captain. And on the bench, Robbie McCrory, his twin brother, the sub-goalkeeper for Scotland. And Gilmore clipped there. And Scotland have the free kick.
See Scott Gemmell actually applauding Gilmore for getting on the ball and winning his side the free kick. Just taking the pressure off, because it really is mounting on the Scottish side right now.
Scott Kemmel trying to get his message across to Ryan Porteous, the defender. Scotland have the free kick. Switch of play by Porteous to Smith. Under pressure from Nelson. Here's David Bates, Gilmore, McCrory, Cadden, Campbell. Well, it was neat build-up play up until then.
Just so frustrating every time Scotland do manage to get it down. They knock it about well at times. It's just that final pass seems to be letting them down.
And England looking now to start another attack. Bissaka, Barnes, Kierndell. Ball into the air. Solanke with the flick header. And it goes just over the bar. How good a chance do you think that was?
It was certainly a half chance. It was a really well reverse pass and just a instinctive header by Solanke and nearly catching the Scotland goalkeeper by surprise.
Well, Solanke has not featured for Liverpool this season. He did score against Scotland a year ago in Middlesbrough. Well, won there by Clark Salter. But Shaw has it for Scotland. And there'll be a education for him tonight, the Hibernian man. Can England get a goal just before the break? Nelson certainly hopes so as he bursts down this left-hand side. It's Dill. Nelson all the way to the back. Abraham with the knockdown. It's Onema with the drive. And the referee gives a corner kick. Another great chance for England there.
Another great chance, and again it comes from a cross ball which is headed down well by Abraham, and you must say a good opportunity for Onema, despite being on his weak foot.
Takes a deflection and it's a corner to England. And it goes. Abraham the target at the back post. McCrory does well to flick it away. It's a throw-in. Well, the half-time whistle sounds and Scotland going at the break knowing that they could have been one goal up thanks to that man Robbie McCrory there. He certainly had a chance, but Onema with two shots and the last one just before the break could have given England the lead had it not been deflected wide. Danny, what's your first half thoughts?
Well, I think Scotland will be happy going in at 0-0. They've really been up against it at times, and from an English point of view, they'll just be berating the fact that they haven't got themselves in front with the opportunities that they've created.
Well, they certainly have had chances, England, no doubt about that. You can see why they are a threat. And Tammy Abraham with two acrobatic, athletic efforts that certainly second time around he might have done better from point blank range, and it just wasn't to be for the man on loan at Aston Villa just now, and that's why at half time it's Scotland 0, England 0. Well, let's take a look at some of the best chances in this first half. Danny, this one for Scotland.
Yeah, the first big chance of the game, if you like, a long ball into the back post, which is kept alive well, but from a Scottish perspective, and just falling well for McCrory, and you can tell by the look on his face that he probably should have scored.
And England have had plenty of chances, and they'll probably feel that they might have taken that one immediately after the McCrory chance from Barnes.
Yeah, that perhaps was the best chance for England, and right after the Scotland chance as well, Barnes should have done a little bit better, and Abraham with the next opportunity just skewing it wide when perhaps should have at least managed a shot on target.
Well, he was going for the athletic effort, and this another chance near the end of the first half for England, in which they certainly tried to get in front, and don't forget, Doohan's had to make a save as well in the first half when Barnes slipped, and it could have been a penalty awarded. We're not seeing that one just now, but it's certainly, do you think that might have been given?
I've certainly seen them given. At the time, my heart was in my mouth. It looked like it could have possibly been a penalty. credit to Barnes for staying on his feet and not making too much of it, because the last thing Scotland needed at that moment in time was not to concede a penalty kick.
Well, there we go. That is why at half-time it is Scotland 0, England 0 at Tynecastle Park. Well, the power of football reaches far beyond the pitch, and football can save lives. And on the back of Mental Health Week, it has saved lives. Football saved Paul McNeill's life, and this is his story.
Football saved my life because it gave me the drive, the determination and the passion to be successful. But it also gave me the friends and the camaraderie you need in life, that when you're challenged, you've got something to fall back on. When I was 22 years of age, my father committed suicide. Maybe the most devastating moment in my life. I didn't know what to do, but I was lucky that all these friends and people that I'd met in football stretched out to me. I'm dyslexic and I learn a little bit differently. A teacher told me that I was a problem child, that I would amount to nothing, and I really shouldn't dream too high. It was just tough at school. I was bullied and teased, but lucky enough for me, it was 1982 and it was a World Cup in Spain, and I always remember it so well that there was this kind of magical moment in my life where I found football. When I found out I could play and I could run about on a football pitch, it just became a safety zone for me. These kind of white lines of safety, I would cross over them and I would just have so much fun, and all the teasing and bullying and everything else could just go away. In 1987, I'm a Paisley boy and I'm a big St Mirren fan, and my dad took me to the 87 Cup final. And when St Mirren won, he lifted me above his head and said, "We did it, me man." And it was the most magical moment in my whole life. But of course, you went back to Monday morning and just the hardship of school and the bullying and everything else that went on. One Saturday, about 3 weeks after burying my dad, I got a phone call, and it was from the guy that ran my football team. He said, "Wee man, we're coming to get you and you're playing on Saturday." I said, "I don't think I'm very ready for that." He says, "We're coming to get you, wee man, don't worry about it." And I went and I played this game of football, and I was 9 again. I was running about as if I didn't have a care in the world. I walked off that football pitch that day. I just felt good about myself. I just had good people and friends round about me, and as I walked up to the change room, a person who I've never met from the opposition team, I didn't know who he was, just wandered up beside me and said, "Well played today, wee man." He put his arm around me and he said, "I heard about your dad. My brother committed suicide. You're going to be okay, because we've got your back." And I just stopped and I just thought, how lucky am I to have all these friends? How lucky was I to find a sport that in your darkest day will look after you? And I decided that moment in my life that something must change. So I did it. I went back to college to try and do something in sports because it was my dream when I was 5. And then life just seemed to just turn for me. Just seemed to be the positivity that I had in my life started to change. And all the time through it, I had friends and people covering my back at my football team saying, "You'll do alright, wee man." I now coach my son's football team, and I watch as my son sometimes struggles at school, having that little bit of a challenge about dyslexia as well. And sometimes when he comes home and he's not had a good day at school, I say, "Mum, we'll go and get the ball, wee man." And the smile comes on his face. And he's 87 again, it's the cup final. I just see him just being happy and content. And when I coach his team, I just see all these wee young boys wanting to have a dream. And it's my job to give them that, as every volunteer gave me mine. As every day I felt bad about myself, they patted me on the back and told me I'd be okay, told me life would be good. And I just thank every volunteer, every friend I had, because without you, I've no idea where my life would have went. And that's why I love football. That's why I think it saved my life.
Good, really, he brings a lot of energy to the actual football side of it, but also he's a great lad in the changing room, so delighted for him. Great individual performance, but as well I thought the whole team was good. There was 11 good individual performances out there.
Number 30.
Number 30, a home tie for Stirling Albion.
Number 27.
They'll play number 27, Queen's Park. Well, there's Billy Gilmore. He is a man who has graduated through the performance school route from the Scottish FA, from Grange Academy. And the likes of Anthony MacDonald, Harry Cochrane, Connor Smith and Chris Hamilton are all performance school graduates who made their debuts for Hearts last season. Dean Campbell, the first to graduate and make his first team appearance at the end of the 2016-17 season for Aberdeen. The performance school is really bedding in now, and over a 4-year period players will get an extra 800 hours of coaching at school. Dedicated performance school coaches, including former players such as James Grady, all involved. So that, Danny, seems to be a route that is now bearing fruit with players now coming through and making it into the first team.
Yeah, no, it's been really positive, the amount of young players that have made appearances in first teams up and down the country, and it was important that we tried something different, tried something new, and as you say, hopefully that'll bear its fruits further down the line.
Well, we're live on the Scottish FA social media channels, YouTube, Facebook, etc., and also on the BBC Sport website. Welcome to all the viewers watching via that route. It is Scotland 0, England 0. The second half about to get underway at Tynecastle Park under the floodlights here in Edinburgh. And Josh Onema had a couple of chances in that first half, just unable to get the breakthrough, England, but they certainly had the best of the chances for Scotland. It was just that one through Ross McCrory, the captain this evening, as Scotland get ready to kick off here at Tynecastle. Alan Campbell over the ball. He scored this season for Motherwell against Dundee. And the action's back underway. David Bates going long there as Scotland have made a change in the second half. And Glenn Middleton on, what do you make of that substitution?
Well, it's definitely a positive substitution. Middleton, who's done well for Rangers in the games he's played so far this season, and a sign that Scott Gemmell is looking to try and have a bigger attacking influence on the game.
And Gilmore just losing possession, and he seemed to catch Tammy Abraham, a Chelsea teammate. It's a yellow card for Gilmore, and England have the set piece opportunity. He was just late there, caught in possession, and worthy of a yellow card, would you feel, Danny?
Yeah, well, it's one of those when you lose possession in a difficult area and the striker is breaking free, you almost have to take one for the team, as Gilmore's done there.
And no complaints there from the Scotland man, as England have the free kick early in this second half, all the way to the back, and it's Gilmore who manages to get it away, and Scotland will get the free kick after they push on the back of Cadden.
Cadden's done well tonight for Scotland, and winning free kicks and trying to take the pressure off his team. Again, just driving out of defence after a spell of pressure.
He's had to double up at right back, kind of, at times. The ball goes forward. Middleton can't keep possession there. Bates under pressure now from Tammy Abraham. And it's Ollie Shaw, who is the man who was replaced at half-time. He had a tough first half. It was tough. He didn't have much of the ball, certainly, and he didn't get much service as well, but it was a tough first half for Scotland as Morgan looks to break away, bursting through the heart of the park. Lewis Morgan, he scored against the Ukraine. What can he do here for Scotland? He still has possession, 2 players around him, and the best he can get is a throw.
Good positive play though by Morgan, driving at the England defence, and that's what Scotland need. They need to get themselves up the park and try and get closer to the England goal.
Taylor to take the throw for Scotland. Morgan now to the byline. Still has possession, doing well. And Scotland have the corner. Good set piece opportunity here, Danny.
Yeah, and set pieces are going to be important from a Scotland point of view, not getting too much possession, as we see Glenn Middleton there, who's replaced Ollie Shaw, and as you said, not much service tonight, and probably a reflection on the lack of Scotland ball as opposed to his performance.
He did get a double against Ayr United in the League Cup for Rangers as the ball's floated in away by Clark Salter, and Gilmore just knocks it out for a goal kick. Do you feel Gilmore needs to get more involved in this second half?
Yeah, he certainly does need to get more involved, but it's very difficult when you go such large spells without possession. You know, he's working extremely hard, as are all the Scotland players. But you know, hopefully as the game settles down in the second half and spaces develop, we can get our key players like Gilmore on the ball in dangerous areas.
Forward by Henderson, Porteous can win that header, picked up by Onama. He finds Bissaka on this near side, and England want to try and get the breakthrough. Frustrated in the first half, that's for sure. Scotland defended so well, and England may be guilty of missing a couple of good chances as well. Nelson now gets away from Gilmore. Nelson cuts it back. Barnes looking for the opportunity. Good save by Ross Doohan there, low to his left hand side as Barnes worked the space.
Yeah, it was terrific play initially by the wide man, getting the cross cut back. Barnes kept his composure, coming back inside on his right foot and just, you know, forcing the Scottish goalkeeper doing it a really good save.
Dowell in with the corner, Abraham's header, and it will be another corner to England. Deflected off Bates, who is complaining. And Scotland have to look lively here as they defend yet another set piece. Kieran Dowell, left footed, in it goes. And it will run all the way out. Tamori keeps it in. Barnes under pressure from Smith. Throw into England. It looks as if Clark Salter is going to go for a long one here. The long throw from the England captain. Away by Smith. Only as far as Onama. Barnes. Bissaka had to retrace his steps to collect possession. Here's Clark Salter. Nelson. Scotland making sure they are again keeping their shape, every man behind the ball. Bissaka away well from Morgan. Barnes helps out on this right hand side. Onama looking for the switch of play. Cut out well by Smith. Another throw to England. Tammy Abraham. Smith doing very well. Cadden helps out. Poor pass down the line though. Scotland under pressure again. Campbell can't win possession. Tamori. Nelson trying to turn away. Gilmore sticks to the task well. Now Morgan. Taylor with his weaker right foot blasts it forward. Middleton the target. Clark Salter back to his goalkeeper there. Well, Glenn Middleton's a man who had a spell down at Norwich and moved back to Glasgow and back to Rangers. And he's impressed this season when Steven Gerrard has used him in the first team. Onama holding off McCrory well. Cadden trying to win possession back. Scotland get the throw. Well, Steven Gerrard, along with his assistant Gary McAllister and Rangers Director of Football Mark Allen. Steve Clarke is here too, the Kilmarnock manager.
Great for these young players to have their first team managers here watching them, and you know, a chance for them to impress.
Well, the offside flag is up there against Middleton. And England with the free kick. Tamori to Clark Salter. Patient build up here from England again. Do you feel England will have high hopes when they go to Italy in the summer that they can win this tournament, given that they won the Under-20 World Cup last year?
I think so. I mean, even age groups below that, they've been really successful in recent years, and you know they obviously have a good talent line of players coming through. So, you know, when you think of the players missing from their 21 squad tonight, they'll definitely be going there with the objective to win.
Good challenge there by Ross McCrory. England have the throw. Well, Scotland haven't qualified for an Under-21 final since 1996. But I think for smaller countries it's about the balance between progression into the senior squad, drip feeding players in, and the progression, and also getting to tournaments. England have been successful at doing both as a bigger country. Now Dill thought about the drive, decides to go to De Silva on the right foot, and the cross comes short, gathered at the second attempt by Ross Doon.
Good play by the England fullback De Silva there. He's putting some great deliveries on his left foot, this time cutting back in on his right and forcing Doon into the save.
Saka does well to keep the ball in play. Nelson taking on two. De Silva involved again. And England trying to get down that far side. Cut out well by Smith. De Silva to Mori. Bissaka. Away from Taylor, who goes to the ground. Crossing opportunity. Smith didn't touch that one. It's a throw to Scotland. Well, what will he be thinking 10 minutes into the second half?
Well, I think his overriding sort of team talk would have been to keep it tight for the first 10 minutes into the second half. So from that point of view, it's objective done, but it's important that Scotland try and get a foothold in the game now. It's been a lot of England pressure, especially in the last 5 minutes, and really important that Scotland try and get further up the pitch.
Nelson to Mori. Bissaka. Barnes looking for the space again to get a shot away. Forced wide. Good defending by Scotland, but England won't give up on this one. Kieran Dill, poor ball cut out by Campbell, but the pressure continues from the visitors. Onama holding off Campbell with relative ease. Bissaka now back to Tamori. Now Clark Salter. Here's Jay De Silva. Down looking for Tammy Abraham. Bates does well. England have the throw. Still goalless at Tynecastle. England again looking to try and get the breakthrough. Smith does enough and wins the goal kick for Scotland. If you're England just now, do you think about making a change when you look at the bench and they've got the likes of Dominic Calvert-Lewin and Phil Foden, who's one that everyone's talking about at Manchester City. Also Ryan Sessegnon, who's been playing regularly for Fulham now over the last couple of seasons.
Yeah, I mean the England bench is really strong. When the players you've just mentioned there all really got Premier League experience, and they've certainly got ammunition to come off the bench if they need it. And I wouldn't be surprised to see changes made in the next 5 minutes if they don't manage to break the deadlock.
Campbell's header, it finds Nelson for England. Dill, Solanke might think about a long range effort and does. And high wide and not very handsome there from Dominic Solanke it was.
Yeah, Solanke's had a few sort of half chances tonight, maybe getting a little bit frustrated shooting from that distance and not doing any problems whatsoever in the Scotland goal.
Did score for Liverpool last season against Brighton, and he certainly had first team opportunities, and he's won a senior cap as well, Dominic Solanke, against Brazil last November. England building from the back again. Here's Bissaka. Harvey Barnes on the near side if he wants to use them. It goes infield to Kieran Dowell. Scotland being very disciplined here, Danny. How tough is that in a match in which you don't have a lot of possession?
Yeah, it's so difficult. The energy they're expending, just trying to get into their shape, and they have been very disciplined. They've all worked extremely hard. The problem then is when you get the ball, trying to get out of that shape when you're so deep and compact, and that's the problems that have faced Scotland throughout the game.
Well, maybe an example is the here and now as McCrory loses possession, takes Dell out of the game, and he's not happy with Bates as the referee shows the yellow card to Ross McCrory, the Scotland captain. And do you think McCrory needed to be on his toes there, or was that Bates with a slack pass?
Well, it was a difficult or a dangerous pass, if you like. McCrory probably should have done a little bit better in the end, losing possession, and like Gilmore before him, having to take one for the team and stop an England counter-attack in a dangerous situation.
Well, this will be interesting. It's Nelson across this one, as the referee from Italy, Mr. DeBellio, counts out the 10 yards, but Reece Nelson, the 18-year-old, the youngest in this group, about to hit this one. Chance for England through Nelson. What a fantastic finish it is from Nelson. It's his second goal in as many games for England. He scored against Andorra on Thursday night, and that is an absolute cracker. And on the hour mark, England take the lead.
What an unbelievable free kick there by Nelson. All of 30 yards out. I thought maybe too far, but absolutely tremendous technique to get up and down and right into the top corner, leaving Doohan with no chance.
Well, that is fantastic. The goalkeeper got a bit of a touch on it as Scotland now about to make the change, but Nelson getting the congratulations of his teammates, and no wonder after that. Well, Lewis Ferguson coming on, and it's Billy Gilmore going off. What do you make of that change?
I'm a little bit surprised, to be honest, although Gilmore hasn't featured much in the game. He's clearly one of Scotland's most talented players, and someday I thought they would try and get into the ball in dangerous areas later in the game, but another chance for Ferguson and the 21s, and hopefully one he can take.
Well, England finally get the breakthrough, and what a goal it was. There's a man that knows how to score a spectacular goal. Lewis Ferguson on, he got that cracker off an overhead kick for Aberdeen against Burnley in the Europa League second qualifying round. Down at Turf Moor. Fortunately, Aberdeen lost on an extra time. And England now want more. De Silva, Nelson, Dowell, Clark-Salter, Tamori, Bissaka, Kieran Dowell looking for Solanke away from Bates. Bissaka slips at the crucial moment there, and can Scotland take advantage and go on the break? Greg Taylor forward for Middleton, overhit, and it runs through to Dean Henderson. Is it a case of stick or twist for Scotland?
Well, I think it's twist. I mean, the reality is that qualification is gone. There's nothing to play for, but they're still in the game. At 1-0, there's always a chance, and it's important that they don't concede another one in quick succession. But I wouldn't be surprised to see more changes and Scotland try and chase the game.
Underwood's ball into the box, away by Bates. Here's Chris Cadden. The referee plays advantage as Morgan looking to burst through the heart of the park again. Great challenge by Bissaka, going to ground and winning possession, and England coming away with the ball again through the goal scorer Nelson up against Smith. Cuts inside. He just went to ground there, Nelson. No free kick. He still got the pass away. And Smith taking too long to clear it, but it blocked by the England man. You'd be proud of that free kick, Danny, wouldn't you?
I certainly would have. Unbelievable technique, and I mean, we spoke about how well Scotland have defended in terms of getting into their shape and making themselves compact, but if somebody's got the ability to put it in the top corner from a set piece or a dead ball, there's not too much you can really do about it.
Middleton under pressure. He wins the throw. There's 3 players around him there. Aidy Boothroyd, a man that knows Tynecastle from his time with Harder Midlothian back in the early 90s. Made 6 appearances for Hearts in season 92-93, signed by Joe Jordan. Got a couple of goals against Huntly in a Scottish Cup tie as well. The place has changed a bit since then. Gone is the old singing corner that was so prevalent at Tynecastle back in the early 90s. Free kick to England then. And Lewis Ferguson, the second Scotland substitute, utilised by Scott Gemmell. Also on the bench, Robbie McCrory, Tom McIntyre, Stevie Mallon and Elliot Watson, Ryan Williamson. Here's Barnes. Solanke. Bissaka. Kieran Dowell again opting for that left-footed switch of play, which he does so well. De Silva thought about trying to get to the byline. Smith does enough. Nelson now. Dowell. There's Onama there, just trying to hold off his man. England keep possession. Tamori. Bissaka. Well played there by Ross McCrory to prevent Barnes bursting into the area. Morgan overruns it. Tamori now for England. Reese. Nelson the goal scorer. Now Jay De Silva. Solanke gets a return. Thought about a drive there, just cried it out. Bissaka's cross. Away by Smith. Cadden can take the ball a run for Scotland. He's got Middleton in front of him, but that is the only option. And it hits off Middleton, who's under pressure from the attentions of Jake Clark-Salter.
Yeah, Middleton just running into the same difficulties that Shaw faced in the first half. Very difficult to try and get the ball under control and bring other players into play. Scotland really playing without a recognised number 9, if you like, and looking to break with some of their wide players.
65 minutes on the clock here at Tynecastle Park. Scotland 0, England 1, live on the Scottish FA social media channels and on the BBC Sport website. England looking to continue the unbeaten run in qualification. This is the last game. England already off to Italy in the summer. Good play though by Ferguson and now Middleton. The two subs looking to combine. The ball to Ferguson, not great, and now England can break away. Jay De Silva now in possession for England. He's on another Chelsea loanee. He's at Bristol City. Now here's Barnes looking to work some space. Saka going on the left foot, juggles slightly but manages to gather.
Yeah, there's a few tired Scotland legs out there now, just struggling to retreat as quickly as they were able to in the first half. A lot more space for England to exploit. Just important that Scotland try and hang in there just now.
Liam Smith. Cross to Greg Taylor. Taylor at the Toulon tournament last year, when Scotland were playing at under-20 level, scored the winner against Brazil. Not that he likes to mention it, I have to say, just every day. And no wonder, because he's the only Scotsman to score a winning goal against Brazil. Nothing wrong with that. Cadding looking to put De Silva under pressure. Onima to Mori. Clark Salter. Jay De Silva. Scotland again trying to frustrate England, but they're keeping possession well. Smith, he's touched that, he has to prevent the corner kick. Well, Harvey Barnes there, playing for England tonight, making his under-21 debut. He's actually eligible for Scotland though. Do you think Malky Mackay should be having a word after the game?
Well, we could certainly do with him based on what he's done tonight. He's looked lively and obviously doing very well on loan at West Bromwich Albion in the Championship just now as well.
Long throw in, nodded on to the back. Solanke with the header off the post. Somehow it stays out, and it's now gratefully in the hands of Ross Doohan. Another good chance for England there. Now Scotland through Ferguson. Porteous. Taylor. Ryan Porteous again. He'll be back here at the end of the month with Hibernian in the Edinburgh Derby. Cadden keeps possession. Smith back to Bates. Lewis Ferguson of Aberdeen. Here's David Bates again, the man who's playing in Germany now with Hamburg. Tammy Abraham. Reece Nelson, another man who's playing in Germany just now with Hoffenheim. Bissaka. Onima scored against Scotland a year ago, Middlesbrough. Kieran Dill. Solanke doing well. Now has a bit of room. Ball in looking for Abraham. Didn't manage to pick out the Aston Villa man. Porteous. Campbell. Good play by Campbell. And here's Morgan. He's only got Middleton up in support. Morgan might have to do it all on his own. Taylor now helping out, and here's Morgan in a bit of room going into the box. And the offside flag is up. It was that pass from Taylor to Morgan in any case, but he probably was a bit slack on the ball and he didn't realise that he was under pressure. Now a substitution now for England. But what about this chance, Danny?
Yeah, another headed opportunity for Solanke. Just doesn't get enough on it. Scotland a little bit fortunate that it comes back off the post there, or that could have been game set and match right there.
Well, Phil Foden about to come on, and it's Josh Onima who is the man being replaced. And you said Phil Foden, somebody that has certainly been given the big build-up. He's featured for Manchester City. He scored a couple of goals against Oxford in the EFL Cup this season. Is that something you're excited to see?
Very much so. As you say, he's very much hyped at the minute. Clearly Manchester City have very high hopes for him, already getting compared to some of the world stars that have already established themselves. So looking forward to seeing him and seeing how his career progresses.
18-year-old, just his second cap at under-21 level. England go long. Nelson, De Silva, up against Smith. De Silva gets a cross in, all the way to the back, and Solanke couldn't stretch to meet that one there.
Yeah, De Silva's got his arms stretched wide open. An absolutely terrific ball in the corridor between the Scotland defence and the goalkeeper. He just gets a half yard on Liam Smith and whips a really dangerous ball in. Porteous doing really well to leave it, and no England takers.
Well, Nelson is going off, the man that scored that fantastic goal on the hour mark, and he's being replaced by Ryan Sessegnon of Fulham. Another player with a lot of ability. 16 goals in 52 appearances last season for Fulham as they were promoted via the playoffs in that final against Aston Villa at Wembley. Scotland get the free kick. Clark Salter with a push on Lewis Ferguson. So a chance here for Scotland, Danny.
Yes, they've not had much opportunity in the last 25 minutes or so, and set piece is going to be vital. It's important that they try and get a good delivery from Morgan here and hopefully force an opportunity from somewhere.
Lewis Morgan complaining that the 10 yards have not been retreated by the England man. Taken short, Morgan looking to get to the byline. The cross is blocked. Scotland have to be content with the throw.
An opportunity wasted there, really. Get all the big boys up from the back and a chance to get the ball in the box, which provided them with the best opportunity of the game so far.
Foden at the back helping out, and England have the goal kick now. Certainly was a wasted opportunity for Scotland. Well, this is the moment that mattered for England. The free kick from Nelson, who's just been replaced. It just gets better every time you look at it.
It does. Just terrific technique to get it up and down and into the top corner. The goalkeeper maybe gets a slight hand on it, but such is the pace on the ball, just can't do enough.
Scotland with the throw there. Don't think the linesman knew what to give. It was a Scotland throw. Had to retrace their steps though, and they have to go all the way back to goalkeeper Ross Doohan to keep possession. Yeah, it was a cracking strike from Nelson. He's got 2 goals in 4 games for Hoffenheim, and he certainly has contributed tonight for England. Phil Foden on now. I wonder what he can do. There he is. It's a man who has gone out to Germany, and as a young player again, we're talking about David Bates, but of course he's playing at a higher level. Nelson, I take it that will be something you will see the development now playing out there, a different style of football.
Certainly, especially at a really young age to go out and play at that standard. He's obviously doing something right, and he showed the ability he has with the goal that separates the teams tonight.
Well, can Scotland get back into this game with 15 minutes remaining here at Tynecastle Park? A reasonable crowd inside the stadium in the West End of Edinburgh. Scotland under pressure here. McCrory has to help out Cadden. Middleton holds it up well, and Cadden looking to get on the end of that, but it's a great challenge there by Jay De Silva, and Smith with an unwise challenge in which England get the free kick.
Just another opportunity to break for Scotland with the final pass has let them down, or Cadden could possibly have been free there down the right.
Abraham. Ferguson wins it. Middleton gives chase. It's all the way back to Dean Henderson. He's not really had a save to make tonight. Well, he's not had a save to make, but McCrory probably with Scotland's best chance about 20 minutes into the game. Should have done better. And a free kick awarded to Scotland. The referee saying there's a handball there against Ryan Sessegnon. Eddie Boothroyd will be happy so far that his team's leading. At least they deserve on his return to Tynecastle Park, the former Heart of Midlothian player. Played during the Joe Jordan era. Porteous really current possession. I thought he was going to catch the ball there. It seemed it bounced up into his midriff. Morgan. He's worked tirelessly tonight, Morgan, but he's been frustrated on many occasions. Here's Lewis Ferguson. Now Ryan Porteous again. Greg Taylor. Consistent performer for Kilmarnock this season. Lewis Morgan again, under pressure immediately from Phil Foden. Tamori. Now Clark Salter, both winners of the Under-20s World Cup last season. That 1-0 win against Venezuela. And England won the tournament in South Korea. The goal, Dominic Calvert-Lewin. They will want to build on that in the Euros in the summer, that's for sure. So win the Toulon tournament. Barnes allowed the ball to run past them. Middleton showing his strength. Now Campbell turning away well. Under pressure there. Good composed play by the Motherwell man. Poor pass by Morgan, but Taylor does enough to keep possession as Scotland go on a rare burst forward in this second half. Taylor goes to the ground. The ball runs through to Henderson and play on, says the referee. Is that frustrating, Danny, tonight when Scotland have made rare flurries forward that they've been unable to take any advantage?
Yeah, just another opportunity for Taylor to play Campbell in on the left-hand side. He's just delayed on it too long and allowed the England defender to get back and make a tackle.
Solanke. Barnes looking to work the space. Shot blocked by Taylor and swept up by David Bates. Well, mentioned he's eligible for Scotland. Made his Leicester debut in the Champions League. It was a 5-0 thumping by Porto though. Still a memorable night for him, no doubt. Phil Foden of Manchester City. First real involvement this evening. De Silva. Now Sessegnon. Getting to the byline. Across to the back stick. And Barnes couldn't find Solanke. And Taylor now can blast clear. Much to the frustration of Middleton, it was nowhere near him. And Phil Foden. Smith though. Well, the ball just too much on it there for Middleton to chase. Henderson can play it out to Tomori. Now Bissaka. Back with Tomori. He has been playing with Derby this season. De Silva. Tammy Abraham, real chance for England here. Porteous does enough and Ferguson helps out. As Abraham just delayed there before he got the shot away. Foden. Kieran Dowell. Saka. Dowell again. Ferguson slips unfortunately, but luckily for him his captain was there to block any danger. And Morgan trying to give chase. Scotland forcing England back this time. Foden. To Barnes. Lovely control. Helps him to burst into the box. Cut back looking for Sessegnon. And cleared away by Bates. And Tammy Abraham was waiting for that one. Well, Shelley Kerr, the Scotland ladies coach there, and she's certainly happy that Scotland are going to the Women's World Cup in the summer. Well, England keep the pressure on. Sessinger's knocked back looking for Abraham. Cleared only as far as Kieran Dowell of Everton. Here's Bissaka. Low ball across. Scotland just trying to get it away now. Cadden, a lot of tired legs out there. Smith launches it clear. Campbell can pick up. Is there a chance for Scotland now? Here's Middleton. Opportunity knocking if he can get his shot away. He's under pressure. Clark Salter doing very well to hold him off. It's Morgan. It's well wide. Well, a chance here for Scotland, a rare chance in this second half.
Yeah, a rare chance, but a chance nonetheless. Good play by Middleton initially to hold it up and lay off Morgan, but Morgan's worked tirelessly tonight, and possibly a sign of that, a weary leg just slashing it wide.
Porteous going up with Barnes. McCrory knocks it on. Here's Greg Taylor. Now Alan Campbell. Scotland getting more adventurous here as they try and get forward. Cadden. Now a chance, Ferguson. It's Morgan, saved by Henderson. And Scotland will get the corner.
Good effort there by Morgan again. Keeping going on his left foot, producing a good effort. That the England goalkeeper Henderson's been forced to tip wide for a corner kick.
Well, a chance here for Scotland, a rare chance in this second half with 6 minutes to play here. Morgan's corner, Porteous is up. It's going to drop in. Was it tipped over by the goalkeeper? No, says the Italian official, it's a goal kick.
Good ball in again by Morgan. Porteous rising highest as he has done a lot tonight in both boxes, just not enough to force Henderson to make a save.
Tamori across to Clark Salter. Tamori again. Bissaka of Crystal Palace, who's sent off against Liverpool in August on the Monday Night Football. Here's Clark Salter. Just under 5 minutes to play. It's Scotland 0, England 1 live on the Scottish FA social media channels and on the BBC Sport website. It's De Silva. Smith. England get the break of the ball. Foden doing well. Jinking and getting a low ball across. Bates is there. Puts McCrory under pressure. Foden has it back. What can England do here as De Silva plays it into the area? Bates keeps it away from Sessignon. Morgan loses out. Solanke with the shot. It hits off Porteous. Bates partially clears, but De Silva collects again for England, and now Ferguson for Scotland. Middleton. Cadden wins the free kick. Very cute there from Cadden to just take the sting out of the game as England are readying another substitution. Well, it's Dominic Calvert-Lewin who is coming on, the Everton man, who scored that winning goal in the Under-20 World Cup final against Venezuela last year. 3 goals this season for Everton, and it's Tammy Abraham who's going off. Certainly had chances this evening.
Yeah, it's just not been Abraham's night tonight, really. Has had a few sights of goal, just unable to really connect and cause doing in the Scotland goal any real issues.
Calvert-Lewin, England's joint top scorer in this campaign with 4. Dominic Solanke also has 4 goals. Scotland take the free kick. Morgan now. Can he get past Bissaka, who's done well this evening? Good challenge, and now Barnes can help out. And England on the break here. Sessignon on the end of it. Great control. Can he get a shot away? Options now. It's Calvert-Lewin. His first touch was a decent chest down, but he slipped. And now Scotland looking to go on the attack, but it's only Morgan forward. Middleton and Campbell trying to help out. Morgan looking to keep possession, and he's doing so well. Taylor for Scotland. With Ferguson. McCrory. Lewis Ferguson again. Alan Campbell. 2 minutes to go. And Scotland looking for an equaliser. Ryan Porteous with the switch of play. Liam Smith, they did well to keep it in, but it's Sessegnon who can collect. Bates does well with the challenge. Well, Danny, your man of the match?
Yeah, I'm going to go for Lewis Morgan. It's been a difficult night for the Scottish players out there, with all working extremely hard, but Morgan's been the only one that's really looked like he could create something for Scotland. Worked himself into the ground, so we'll go for him.
Now Barnes for England. Left-footed shot deflected, and it's a corner to the visitors. And Lewis Morgan, the Scotland man of the match. As Dell with the outswinger. Up in the air but not out by McCrory, and it could fall at the back post, and does for Sessegnon. Doing grateful that the ball was straight at him. And England's man of the match, Danny?
Yeah, I've been really impressed with De Silva. He's got up and down the left-hand side all night, putting some great deliveries, and hardly put a foot wrong defensively either.
That's his 7th cap. He's played 10 times for Bristol City this season on loan from Chelsea. Another man on loan from Chelsea. You wonder how you're going to get into this Chelsea team when there's so many players that have had to go out on loan. Can Scotland get a leveller late on? Taylor. Back to Campbell. Ryan Porteous. Minutes of added on time. 2 minutes to play here at Tynecastle Park. Is there any late drama for Scotland? Barnes, Foden. Barnes gets it back. England want to get another to win this game, and it's Foden, and it's a great save by doing. Foden saw the opportunity. The goalkeeper, I think, was partially unsighted. Great save.
Yes, Foden showed what he can do there with a little jink inside, and terrific, powerful shot, forcing doing into the save.
I think it took a slight deflection as well, and England can finish this game off. It's a corner, taken short though this time. Running down the clock. Foden's delivery, away by McCrory. Here's De Silva. Another left-footed ball into the area, away by Taylor. Kieran Dowell has possession, might go on the left foot, and does. Oh, what a way to end the game for England. And it's Kieran Dowell with a left-footed stunner going into the same corner as the Nelson free kick earlier. It is an absolute cracker from the Everton man, Kieran Dowell. His 2nd goal at this level, and England 2 up.
Yeah, and an absolutely wonderful strike. Another one you have to say, just falling for him on his left foot, and he's done really well tonight as well in the middle of midfield, just keeping the ball moving and nice and simple, and terrific left foot on him as well.
Well, what a finish. He worked the space and was able to lash home, and it's England again who will have the spoils and will finish this group unbeaten. And there it is, that ends the game, that ends the campaign. And it's England who have won this old enemy clash at under-21 level at Tynecastle Park with 2 absolutely cracking goals from their point of view. Aidy Boothroyd will be happy. He made multiple changes tonight, but it's England who top the group unbeaten. The only team they're unable to get a victory against was the Netherlands. 2 draws there. Fantastic stuff from them. Scotland, well, it's been an up and down qualification group for them. It started so well, but they certainly have got positive signs with development of players making their way into Alex McLeish's A squad. Danny, your thoughts on this evening?
Well, 2 bits of magic really separating the 2 sides in the end. I mean, England running out deserved winners. They dominated the ball and created numerous chances, and It was two, moments of brilliance that separated the sides, and I don't think Scotland can have any complaints.
Well, let's check out the goals then, and Danny, talk us through both.
Well, right away when he done the run-up, you knew he maybe had something in the locker, and he certainly showed that. Beautiful curling effort, leaving Doohan with no chance.
That was Reece Nelson who scored on the hour mark with the right-footed free kick, the Arsenal man, on loan at Hoffenheim this season. And Ross Doohan with absolutely no chance. And what about this one in injury time?
Yeah, the game was gone by this point, but another fabulous strike on the left foot this time by Dowell. Just falling nicely for him, breaking at the edge of the box, and terrific finish.
That was a great finish by Kieran Dowell in injury time to really put the icing on the cake for England. Let's check the group table then, just to confirm everything at the end of this qualification group. And England group winners convincing with 8 wins and 2 draws, giving them 26 points. The update is that the Netherlands have pipped Ukraine to second place. The Netherlands only lost twice, both to Scotland. And Scotland there sitting 3 points behind the Ukraine and with 14 points, 4 wins, 2 draws and 4 defeats. That probably just sums up how up and down this group was, Danny.
Yeah, I think it does. I mean, Scotland will look back to the points they dropped, against Latvia and Andorra as the real bugbear from Scott Gemmell's point of view. But against top opposition, Ukraine quality side, and as with the Netherlands, and the fact that Scotland managed to take 6 points from the Netherlands tells you that they were competitive in the group.
Well, there we go. England finishing top, and good luck to them at the tournament in Italy in San Marino in the summer. But that's it for us at Tynecastle Park. All the best to England. The Scotland senior squad will be back in action next month as Scotland resume their UEFA Nations League campaign against Albania and Israel. In the meantime, you can keep up to date with all the national teams on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and the Scottish FA website. And don't forget the William Hill Scottish Cup third round draw on Saturday as well. And look out for all the ties in the second round on the social media channels on Twitter, Facebook and at the Scottish FA website. But that's it from Tynecastle tonight, with the final score here in Scotland's capital: Scotland 0, England 2.